Alright guys, we're doing just a day in a lifestyle video showing what it's actually like running a cleaning company. Starting off today, normally around like 8 to 9 a.m. our jobs start, and we immediately usually have to put out some fires. Our virtual assistant handles this. His name's Nick. He is a all-star, but we did have one issue. One of our cleaners showed up to a job. It was $394. It was a deep cleaning. It was a 2-2, but the condition was really bad. He had cats, and I'll actually pop up photos. So this cleaner is now leaving because apparently the smell is so horrible, and we're going to send a new cleaner there who's willing to do this and who's a little more prepared for the condition. Pop up photos, but that was one thing we had to deal with. Also, as you guys know, we switched to schedule drop, so fully running on there, which has been a little bit of a learning curve, but honestly, we're already fully acclimated. It's only been one day. This is Coda, by the way, for those who don't know. This is Coda, our dog. He's a good boy. Today on the agenda, we have a few things we need to do. It's been a while since we've brought out flyers, so we're going to bring flyers into apartment complexes. We have here really just straight to the point, top rated luxury cleaning service in South Florida. Phone number, QR code. Really easy for people to just give us a call and get a quote. So we'll put some of these in, and guys, I'm not kidding. These pay off dividends. When we do this, we'll get calls like years later from our flyers that we dropped off in an apartment complex. So super high payout for, maybe I paid $100 for 500 of these flyers, whatever that is, and we're getting dividends this day off of that. So that's what we're going to do. We'll go to the office. We'll talk a little bit more about commercial, and yeah, that's it. So follow me. We'll go to the office. All right, we're heading to the office.
Let's go.
On the agenda, we're going to make a quick stop to the, what do you call the place?
Leasing office.
The leasing office, and we're going to give them some more flyers because I think it was a while since it's been 6 months. We're going to give them some more, and then we'll probably stop at another place, but we're going to do some commercial outreach because we want some commercial contracts. So once we get to the office, we're going to go through exactly what you need to do if you want to scale your commercial side up. So we'll do that as well. What else is on the agenda today, Sam?
Organizing operations, making sure schedule drop is dialed in.
Yeah.
Setting up some more schedule notifications. Creating new apps.
What I like about schedule drop as opposed to these other softwares is the notifications you're able to create with schedule drop are very flexible. So we create follow-up notifications, special notifications, if a booking was canceled, if a quote was sent, like via SMS and email, which I love. But yeah, we need to set some custom ones up. All right, so we're at the leasing office. Sam is going to go in and drop off the flyers. Let me, how do I take this out? Bless you.
I don't know how to take this thing out. Technical difficulties.
For those who don't know, we just got a car mount, so it looks awesome right now. We got good shot angles. But this is the type of content we want to give you guys. More raw content, day in the life stuff. We're also going to get into like more just educational whiteboard videos, but
We need to film it us, and I'm just walking in.
yeah, just walk in. He's going in. We got Coda in the back. Coda, say hi to the cleaning bros. Say hi, Coda. Say hi. Anyways, guys, it's very easy once you get a virtual assistant in place, you have some steady recurring revenue to just stay stagnant. And I'm guilty of that to an extent as well, but you have to like force yourself to continue doing the things that got you to that point, or it's just going to be a steady decline in your business. I don't know, most people watching this are probably working on getting to that point, but if you are at that point, just keep grinding, keep working. There's always a next barrier. A lot of people think just because you're in the cleaning industry, you're capped out at $50K a month. Now, I know plenty of cleaning business owners who are doing $100,000, $200,000 a month in revenue, especially once you get into commercial, you can get into 7 figures MRR. So there's not a ceiling. I think that's a limiting belief a lot of people have. But if you're just starting, this is a time where there's absolutely no time to be slacking. You need to be grinding every day. You need to be trying things. You need to be doing different things and just figuring out what works for you, what works for your market area, what people are responding well to. And Sammy is back. We got him right. What's up, Sam?
Cool. So
How'd
we
it
just have
go?
to get approved by management, and then once they're approved, we'll be good to go. I just gave him half the stack
Great.
because I just want to save some extra. But once it's approved, we can just every time it's low, we can just go and add more
Yep.
without even asking. So.
Great.
And people see that every single morning, right next to the coffee stand.
Yeah.
So I guarantee we'll get.
Yeah, we'll definitely get
clients
some clients. That's awesome. We could even add a little note letting them know like we also live here too, so they're supporting your neighbors.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And every time you do new flyers here, I think they have to reapprove them. It's weird.
Sam, turn the camera around. Let's see if we can get some driving shots. Just click this button. I want to see how that looks. Try to.
I have to turn.
So Joanna won't do it for 250. She says that she needs to bring someone with her and pay for gas. And with 250, she won't really make much.
Okay, so it was $394, and then since the condition was really bad, we called up the client, charged an extra $100, so it's $494. So $250 would be 50%. Since it's last minute, I'm willing to pay a little more for the cleaner to just get the job done. So $300 will still make 40% of the job. A little, yeah, around that amount. So yeah, just tell her 300 we could do, and just make sure she does a good job. And then once this is a recurring client, because I know he's interested in monthly, it won't be as bad, and we could actually have a Port St. Lucie cleaner who's a little closer, go back every single month.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give him a call then and get it all set up.
Nadia, did you send her photos of the house?
No, but I really explained to her that, like it really smells like a dead animal and told her about the hair and all of it. But I will
Okay.
still send her the pictures, but she doesn't really care about it. Mainly it's just money.
Yeah, but it's always important to send the photos because she could get there and then want more. I'm sure she wouldn't because
Yeah.
it's so far away from her, but
Mhm.
next time always send photos, especially when we have them.
Okay, I'll send them now.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you, Nadia. Call me if you need anything.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
No problem. Bye. Great. So that was the client I told you guys about earlier. We sent a cleaner there. It was really bad condition. We weren't fully aware to the extent how bad it was. She wanted to leave because the smell was apparently so horrible. So, we're not going to force her to stay. We told her to leave, told the client about the situation, let him know we're going to try to find someone else. However, it's going to be more since the condition was so bad. We knew we would have to pay our cleaner more. So, charged him an extra $100, and then we found a new cleaner to replace it. She was a little, she's far away, so she was requesting more money, which is why we have to give up almost 60% of the job. But it's worth it because after this, we should be able to turn him into a monthly client. As hopefully, the condition of his home won't be as bad next time.
Please log in with your profile. I'm waiting.
Okay, Mercedes. All right, guys, so I know we said we were going to talk about commercial, but today we're going to talk about paid ads. My favorite paid ads, your options out there, and how to capitalize off of these leads. So first, let's go over the types of paid ads. So one, you have Google local service ads. This is everyone's favorite, although it's super expensive now. I remember the good old days where they were $20 per lead, but now you're paying upwards of anywhere from $50 to $100 depending on your location. The second favorite is Thumbtack. The difference between LSA and Thumbtack is LSA is pay per call and Thumbtack is pay per lead. So with LSA, you're getting a phone call from a client and you get to answer immediately and they're going to charge you per that call. Now, it could be someone who's price shopping, or it could be someone who has 5 commercial properties or 5 residential Airbnbs and needs a cleaning. You really never know who's going to call. With Thumbtack, you're doing a lead form. So you're paying for that information. They're going to send you their first name, their last name, their phone number, their email, and then also what they're looking for. They're looking for recurring, or they're looking for one time. You could also filter it out. So you could only accept leads from people who are looking for recurring. Now, the good thing about LSA is it's very easy to be lazy, I guess you could say. Like when you get a call from LSA, all you have to do is click answer. But when you get a lead form from Thumbtack, you actually have to go on your phone, type in that number, type in their information, and then call them. So a lot of times with Thumbtack, people get lazy and they don't call them immediately. My one suggestion for Thumbtack is to call them immediately. Usually those are shared leads and other people get that same information, so you need to call them immediately if you want to close them. So now you have your advertisements up, and that's the first step. Getting that phone call is just the first step. The next step is, of course, closing them or nurturing that process. And nurturing is where people mess up. Now you have a few options when it comes to nurturing. Option number 1 is you get a phone call from LSA or a form from Thumbtack and you quote them and you never follow up with them again. That is a bad option. You're going to leave so much money on the table and you're losing out on potential revenue. Believe it or not, that's what most cleaning companies are actually doing. You should not do that. Option number 2, following up with them automatically. That's going to be using a platform like Clean Genie, where once you quote them, it's going to send them a message every single day for 14 days, automatically sending them messages. And then you have option number 3, where it's more manual, but you're putting them into a lead tracking sheet and you're tracking every single time you follow up with them, whether that's SMS, whether that's email, or whether that's phone calling. But regardless, you need to be doing option number 2 or option number 3. Do not be that first guy who gets a phone call and doesn't follow up again. So I talk to people all the time who say, oh, I tried LSA and it didn't work, or I tried Thumbtack and it didn't work. And I ask them, well, what do you mean it didn't work? And they're like, oh, I wasn't profiting. And I say, okay, what's your cost per lead? What's your conversion rate? How quickly are you following up with these leads once they submit? And the response to these questions is usually, I don't know. And you have to be tracking this data in order to figure out what works. If you're not tracking that, if you don't know your cost per lead, how much you spent that month in lead, how much did you profit from those leads, how much revenue did they generate, then you won't know. Me and Sam recently tracked that data for LSA, and we spent $1,000 for the month. Our cost per lead was $63, and we closed around 60% of those leads. I know it's a high closing rate, but we were hammering these leads. And we only profited on the front end from those leads around $200. I believe it was like $230. I don't have the sheet in front of me. But on the back end, from the leads that we converted into recurring, we're going to be profiting thousands of dollars. So we're going to continue doing that. Even if we broke even on the front end, as long as we're able to profit on the back end, I am more than happy to make that trade-off. But guys, the point is you have to nurture your leads, you have to try different lead sources, and most importantly, you have to track your leads so you know if you're profiting, if you're losing money, or if you're printing money. All right, guys, we asked management if we could put the flyers in the lobby, and they approved it, so they should be in the lobby. We're gonna go check it out, see if they put the flyers there. Oh, let's go. You got him here. There we go, though. Come on, we're in. We already got one call from it. I don't like filming in public, but we just got one call from it already. I think we'll probably usually get like a 10% return rate on those flyers. Like every like 1,000 flyers, I feel like we get, oh, that's definitely wrong. I meant 1%. So every 100 flyers, we usually get like 1 or 2 calls. Some places have a higher return than others. Like we already got 1 call on the first day here, so I think we'll get a really high rate. All right, guys, we kind of lost a little bit of track of time and we're on a different day than when we're in the lobby, but we have a new segment at the end of every video. We're going to do action items. If you follow these action items, you are going to increase revenue and profitability for your cleaning company. So action item number 1, you're going to go to our WAP community. Link is in the bio. It's completely free. I used to charge thousands of dollars for it. So go into it, go into the lead section and download our lead tracking sheet. Action item number 2, go into that lead tracking sheet, import all of your leads from LSA, from Thumbtack, wherever you're running. I want you to figure out how much you spent on those leads, your cost per lead, how much revenue you generate from those leads, and how much profit you've made from those leads. The third step is figure out what was working. Was LSA working? Was Thumbtack more profitable? Double down on what's working. Whatever is not profitable and whatever doesn't make sense, cut that off. Data doesn't lie, numbers don't lie. Look at the numbers and make decisions off of those numbers. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be putting in action items at the end of every single video so you can make more money with your company. If you got any value from this whatsoever, please like, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I'll see you in the next video.